What is up, you guys? You got Matt here, and welcome back to another top 6 video. I've actually tried to record this a few times now, and it always comes out to be like really long, like 20 minutes long, so I'm going to try and cut it down and make it about 12 to 15 minutes at most. But yeah, so let's get right into it. This is the top 6 fighting type. If you guys disagree with any of the Pokemon on this list, make sure to leave a comment down below telling me what you would put on instead. In my opinion, there are a lot of good fighting types, and it's split up into usually 2 tiers, the really good fighting types or the really bad ones. So at the end of this list, I'll be giving you a quick, honorable mentions list. And just so you can see what I was thinking of when making this list. As always, there will be a straw poll link in the description, and you'll be able to vote on the next top 6 typing, which will be either the psychic type or the normal type. So make sure you choose carefully on which one it could be. Normal type has been sliding down the rankings recently, so if you guys want me to get rid of that one from the list, you gotta vote for it. So the last thing before I get started was I just wanted to thank you guys for 47 subscribers. It's not the 50 that I was trying to get to by the end of May, but 47 is really close, and hopefully we can do it sooner rather than later and get to that milestone. But yeah, so thank you guys very much for all the support you've been giving me, and I can't wait to see what the future holds. So without further ado, let's get into the top 6 fighting types. Coming at number 6, you see on your screen MattOshea, and MattOshea is incredible. It has amazing stats all around. It's got the stats that it needs are the stats that it has, and that's good to have. It's got 105 speed and 125 attack, which allow it to be a very effective wall breaker, a decent glass cannon with its poor defenses, but you can do a lot of work, especially with a life orb set, because you have access to Regenerator, and Regenerator restores 1/3 of your HP every time that you swap out, and it's very useful again with a life orb because you'll be taking that recoil damage and then you'll be swapping out, getting all that health back, so it allows you to be a very effective wall breaker. You have a slew of amazing moves as well. You get access to acrobatics, you get access to a drain punch, you have high jump kick, you have grass knot if you want to deal with those bulky water and grass types that kind of bug you a bit. You get knockoff and low kick, you get poison jab for those fairy types, you have access to rock slide and stone edge for the flying types, you have U-turn, which is very useful, you have swords dance in case you're anticipating something to switch out, you have taunt, and as a fast taunter, it's very important to have. You can kind of stop a mon in its tracks, and yeah. Looking down the list, though, there's not much else. It does have a decent special attack stat at 95, but unfortunately it doesn't have the special move pool to kind of do anything for it. It gets access to, I believe, Aura Sphere, Focus Blast, Grass Knot, and then the Hidden Powers. But that's basically it. So it's not the best special attacker. I've tried to make it work, but it doesn't really work out well. But yeah, the best thing that I've seen it run in terms of a special attacking set is a fully physically offensive set with Hidden Power Ice or something for a Landorus Therian. So yeah, MattOshea also gets a great ability in Reckless, and you pair that with High Jump Kick, you can do a ton of damage, and it makes it incredibly scary to switch into. A Choice Banded High Jump Kick from a Reckless MattOshea is so powerful. I believe it does more than a Choice Banded Staraptor's Brave Bird, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, because I think Staraptor has 120 attack. But yeah, anyways, really, really powerful. Just don't take it lightly, and if you get a chance to use it, go for it. It's very strong in the format. Next up is Hitmontop, and I've never used Hitmontop, but it always is an issue because it always seems as a decently effective spinner. If you want to use Hitmontop effectively in the format, though, I find that pairing with a good Wish Passer is always very important because it doesn't have that reliable recovery. But it does have the stats that it wants, the stats that it needs. It has, again, just like MattOshea, and unlike the other Hitmons, the Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee, its stats are very well rounded. You have 15 on its HP, just like all the other ones. I believe the other ones also have 110 special defense. But you're slower, but what you lack in speed, you get access to in attack and defense. And when you pair that with an ability like Intimidate, you become very, very bulky and very, very tough to deal with. So Hitmontop can be very good in the format as long as someone uses it properly, especially just based on its stats. Its move pool, on the other hand, is pretty wide. You get access to Bulk Up, which can be very good with a mon that is especially bulky as this. You get Close Combat as well for just powerful stab. Earthquake, you get Fake Out, Gyro Ball. You get the Hidden Powers, which can be effective because you have access to Technician. Yeah, so you also get High Jump Kick and Low Kick. You get Mach Punch for priority and Technician damage. You get Pursuit and Quick Attack, Rapid Spin, which is great to have. I love having Rapid Spin access because it allows you to not worry about getting rid of your hazards on your side of the field. But you get Seismic Toss for consistent damage. You get Stone Edge, Rock Slide, Sucker Punch, Toxic on him on top is very effective. And yeah, you get Counter as well, which can be paired with an Assault Vest set, and I love pairing Counter or Miracle with an AV, and it just allows for a lot of damage output on your opponent. But yeah, that's him on top. Very, very effective in the format. 2 great abilities. A third one in Steadfast, that's kind of decent, but yeah. Next up though, we have the Ultra Beast Buzzwole, and Buzzwole is really good. It's here kind of replacing Heracross. I want to put Heracross on this list, but I also want to give you guys another idea of what was good in the format. And Buzzwole and Heracross, to me, they're a little interchangeable, a little bit different in what they do, but Buzzwole matches what a fighting type is to me more, and that is something with amazing HP, amazing attack, and amazing defense, and then decent on the rest of the stats and pretty poor in the special attack stat. That's what a fighting type to me should be. But Buzzwole is so good with its dual stabs. It does not a lot resist the dual stabs, and whatever it does kind of gets destroyed by its coverage. And with the access to Beast Boost, an amazing ability, you can really turn this mon into an effective sweeper, especially with a potential sub bulk up or sub focus punch set. A sub focus punch set is super scary, especially since not very much can break its sub. I love bringing this thing in on an Earthquake and then just subbing up while they switch out and then going for a focus punch and possibly destroying something else. Focus punch is like 150 base power, I believe. Yeah, 150. So you can do a lot of damage to a lot, especially with your 139 attack stat and Beast Boost. You can really start piling up the kills. You do get access to decent priority as well, or decent move pool as well. You get access to Earthquake, Facade. You have access to Ice Punch and Leech Life and Lunge, which are all good to have. Poison Jab for those fairy types. You have Rock Slide. You get Roost, which is really good to have for your longevity purposes, especially if you're running a potential Life Orb set. You do get Stone Edge. You have Superpower for a stronger fighting stab, and the great thing about Superpower is if you do get a KO with it, you're not lowering your attack stat because of the Beast Boost. So it can be very useful in the format if needed. You do get Taunt. Unfortunately, you're not as quick as something like Nianchao, so you're not going to get an effective Taunt off on something quicker, but it's still nice to have just in case. Thunder Punch is great for those flying types if you don't want to run something that can miss like Rock Slide or Stone Edge. And yeah, it's a very, very good mon in the format. Just be careful with its 4x weakness and its low speed, but it can be very good. And the good news with its speed, it's not too low, so you can run a Choice Scarf, but it's not too fast where it can be a great Choice Scarfer. But yeah, that's Buzzwole. Number 3, we have Kaldur, and Kaldur is in the same mold as Buzzwole. Its HP, attack, and defense aren't as good as Buzzwole, but it has amazing abilities. It has a decent move pool, pretty good move pool actually, and it makes a really effective Assault Vest user. I already have it on there, but usually when I see a Kaldur, I usually think it's AV, but it can also be Life Orb with the Sheer Force, and because of Sheer Force's effect, Life Orb recoil doesn't happen, and you still get that boost in power, as long as you use a move that has a secondary effect. But yeah, then you also get access to Iron Fist, which can be very helpful with moves like Mach Punch, Drain Punch, Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, Fire Punch, whatever, okay? And, oh, even Poison Jab, I think. But yeah, very, very good in the format. Great moves, Drain Punch, Earthquake, Fire Punch I already mentioned. You get Grass Knot if you want to be that guy, I guess. It could be helpful with those water and ground types. But yeah, you get Knockoff, you get Mach Punch for priority, Poison Jab, you get access to Rock Slide and Stone Edge. Superpower is nice to have as well. You get Thunder Punch, which can be very, very beneficial for those flying types. And yeah, it's a very, very good mod to have. I really enjoy using it. Whenever I'm labbing against someone that's going up against a Kaldur, they usually have very few switch-ins for it, and because of that, it can be very good in the format. Its speed is kind of terrible, but it leaves some room for it to be a good Trick Room sweeper, and it's an incredible wall breaker with amazing 140 attack stat. At number 2, we have Lucario, and Lucario is very good as well. Its typing is decent, and because of that steel typing, it does resist the fairy typing, and it can be a bit of a good fairy killer. But having your kind of terrible defensive stats at 70 on all 3, HP, defense, and special defense, make it so that you're not taking any hits from a Moonblast or from a Dazzling Gleam. So you gotta be careful with what you're setting up on. But it does get amazing set of abilities, like I just said. It gets access to Nasty Plot, you get access to Swords Dance, I believe. Yeah, Swords Dance, there we go. You get Agility, you get Calm Mind, and yeah, a lot of really good setup options for Lucario. You also get Bulk Up, there we go. So you get 5 setup options, that's insane. So yeah, Lucario can be very, very effective in the format. Just be careful with what you're setting up on, because your move pool, if you set up at the right time, you will destroy a team. Aura Sphere, you get Blaze Kick, you have Bullet Punch, you have Extreme Speed, you have Close Combat, Crunch, Dark Pulse, Dragon Pulse, Drain Punch, Earthquake, Facade, I already said Extreme Speed. You get Flash Cannon, Focus Blast for another special fighting type attack that does a lot more damage than Aura Sphere. You get Ice Punch, you have Low Kick, Poison Jab, Psychic, you get Shadow Claw, Shadow Ball, Rock Slide, Stone Edge, Thunder Punch, Zen Headbutt. There's so much that this thing gets, and it's so good in the format, so just try and use it if you can. It's got 3 decent abilities in Steadfast, which will make you faster if you flinch. You got Inner Focus, which makes so you can't flinch, and you got Justified, which gives you a +1 if you take a hit like a knockoff. And since you resist the knockoff, you become a great knockoff absorber, especially if you're running potentially a Z Crystal on Lucario, and that'll just make you so much more dangerous. At number 1, we have a mon that was already in a top 6 video of mine. It was in the top 6 fire types, and it is Infernape. And Infernape is so freaking good. I love Infernape. I've had it in the DL Dream League. Yeah, I believe you've seen the team builder. So it's very, very good in the format. I love using it. Just preparing for it is so great. It's so great to do, and yeah, amazing speed, decent attack stats. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but you have amazing moves all around. You're a really good wall breaker. You're a really good setup sweeper with the ability to have Nasty Plot and Swords Dance. But yeah, you get Acrobatics, Blaze Kick. You get Calm Mind as well for setup. You get Close Combat, Earthquake. Encore is very underrated. You have Fake Out if you really want to run that. You have amazing fire coverage. You have a really good fighting coverage. You have access to Gunk Shot and Grass Knot. You have Low Kick for those heavier types, for those heavier Pokemon. You have Mach Punch as well. Over here, if you really want to just nuke something, you have access to a Poison Jab if you want to have a more accurate Gunk Shot. You have Power Punch as well, which can be useful in some situations. You have access to Rock Slide, Shadow Claw. You get Slack Off. You get Recovery. This thing actually gets Recovery. But you also get Stealth Rocks. You get U-Turn, which is very useful. Thunder Punch, and you get Taunt as well. And it's a fast taunter. It's very useful to have. So yeah, Infernape is great. I love using it. I'm really excited to use it in the Dream League. So make sure you check out those videos. And yeah. That's Infernape. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new for more content, and share the video with your friends. We're really close to 50 subscribers, and I really hope we can make it, hopefully by the end of June at this point. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to vote in the straw poll link in the description between the Psychic type and the normal type. That will be the type for the next week's top 6 video. And yeah, thanks again for watching, guys. I will see you all next time. Bye.